So yesterday I was up like on three tickers. You can see so NA right now we're in the pre-market, so we're for educational purposes only as usual. But yesterday we had three tickers here that I traded. You can see on the top. So my NA trade, I woke up in the morning, I was live streaming. I caught like $1 on the upside over here because I trade around 7 and it hit about 34. I actually only made $1 on the upside, and there were some traders in the chat room that started short like 30, and they got stopped out at 31. But what I did was I eventually got short. I saw that this was in a range, and there was low liquidity. So what I told the chat to do when we're in a low liquidity market is right here, right here. Where are they? um, where is it? Let's see. So in a cold market right now, we're in a cold market. So try not to short Tuesday, short Monday. Okay. Let's see. Where were my notes? So my notes was to short. So right now we're in a cold market, and try not to burn out. Okay, biking in nature. So right here, the plan is to short 100% gainers. There you go. There you go. So this is pretty much your plan here during summer months. You need to take 10% profit. You need to sell into pre-market resistance, and you need to short 100% gainers. That's ideally what you want to do. That's ideally shit. Ollie is up. Anyway, so this is what you want to be doing. Take 10% profit, sell into pre-market resistance, so sell 100% gainers. So while I do the recap of what happened yesterday, I'm still looking at other tickers. So NA was pretty simple. I thought the volume was kind of low throughout the whole morning. So we had so the bias here was to be a gap up short all day fade. I shorted around 28 and I was risking 32. So I was risking $4 a share. So I gave it a little bit of a wiggle room. The reason I shorted is because number one, we broke the downtrend on the downside, and B, when we had this downtrend break right here, it failed. Not only one time, it failed like multiple times. So it was really choppy in this channel here. And once we broke down, I covered most of my shares at 22 because most of them, as you not already know, if you do a gap up short or a short the first red day or something like that, they go down by an average of 26.4%. So 26.4%. So you got to calculate now. So we got to get the calculator out so you can see that we opened at an average price of 29.50. So 29.50 minus 26.4%. That's how low it should go before a bounce. So it should go to 21.71. So right now, look at the low. It went to 21. So since these tickers go down by 24.6% on average, if you're shorting a gap up short, you need to cover. And soon enough, I covered around 22. And the ticker actually did bounce to VWAP. I didn't reshort. I thought about shorting right about here as a gap up short in NA. You can see that's the most amount of money that I had. And hold it all day. So the plan worked to go for a gap up short in this ticker. So that was like my huge profit. We had traders shorting here, and their bias was correct, but they actually got stopped out and they were oversized. So I waited until we had this fake out breakout and this breakdown. I actually shorted this breakdown, and then I held. I didn't think with a 32 stop, so I gave it wiggle room. And soon enough, I held and I covered at 22. So, I could have shorted into the 32 push, but this was a very good example of a gap up short. And there's another ticker I traded today. I'm going to upload this because I'm recording right now. So INM, we pop up, we come back, we had this downtrend break. I got it. I didn't buy this downtrend break. I bought it when it made first 1 minute to make a new high there at 4.3, and I sold 4.6 and 4.8. So my first profit was so I made this amount. I made around 430 to 480. I made around 50 cents. I was happy with that. And my second trade was right here on the push VWAP reclaim. I got in at 460 and I was risking off like 450, so I was risking like 10 cents. And then we pop up and I sold right into the pre-market resistance. So like I say in many of my videos, like take 10% profit because we're in a slow summer months, and B, sell into pre-market resistance because once you're in slow summer months, the stock have a hard time breaking the pre-market highs. So in this situation, INM never broke pre-market highs, and NA never broke pre-market highs, which was 34. So I traded INM very well. Bought it here, made 10%, and bought it here, made 10%, and that was like 2K right there. The last ticker I did trade was ONMD. ONMD, I traded right here. Right here when I saw that it broke 73, and I sold it at 82. That's all I did really, because I was watching this line right here. I was watching it as it broke pre-market highs, because this is the pre-market highs right here. So I was watching it because we hit pre-market highs, we hit pre-market highs, we hit pre-market highs. So this is like a kind of a wedge pattern that we formed, right? The wedge that I teach. It's a wedge pattern combined with the pre-market high. And once I saw they took that out, I loaded the dip at 72, 73, and I sold it at 82. And that was an easy trade. And then after 11, I actually turned it off. These were like my trades from like yesterday, and I was very happy. Sadly, my NA short, I could have held short all day because I was thinking this will be a gap up short, and some traders in the chat room were also thinking this is going to be a gap up short. And soon enough, after this, the reason why it's a gap up short is because it's up a lot, and the volume was light. The pre-market volume was light, and we're in slow summer months. That's what you do. You look at our pre-market scanner. We got like one mover over 30%. That means a cold market. Remember, when you're in a cold market, this is what you do. You sell into pre-market resistance. You take 10% profit, and you short 100% gainers. And because that ended up being my huge. And after that, plenty of and after that, that's really all you had to do. This was a really good day yesterday. I don't know how you guys are, you know, not making money because there's money on the table all the time, even though it's a summer. But you'll have to be in a chat room, have to be in a member, and I'll let you know like what you should be doing right now because we are in slow summer month. Other than that, this was like I just did a recording, so make sure you see it, the whole thing, and I'm gonna upload it.